and welcome back to Simple Life with Rob Pusateri. Just want to talk about a couple things real quick. Um, when it comes to living a simple life, as far as I'm concerned, it's all about being. A lot of it has to do with being prepared for things. Like, I'm not about to go cut firewood right at this moment, but I'm going to go ahead and sharpen my chainsaw. And I'll tell you what, if you haven't seen one of these things Steel makes for their chainsaws, I've got an 029 Farm Boss with a 20-inch bar on it. If you haven't seen these things yet and tried to use these, you need to spend the 60 bucks and get one, man. This thing is amazing. It makes these chains like brand new again. But anyway, I'm just going to show you real quick how simple this is, because that's me. I'm simple, right? So it's got to get it going the right way first. There we go. It's got little arrows on it, little marks, little graduation marks on it to let you know, to keep you in line with the bar. It's really simple to use. You just touch them up, go across it a couple times. It's that simple. And what this sharpener does, it not only sharpens the tooth, but it also knocks down the rake, the little point sticking up in front of the tooth, so they're at the right, so they work together. They're at the right depth. Very simple. And so now that I'm done this, what I have, just a couple more teeth to go, but I don't want to bore you to death with that. So what I'm going to do after this is I'm going to go ahead and gas this chainsaw up. I've already got some pre-mixed gas, and I'm also going to put the oil in it to lubricate the bar, and I'm going to have it ready to go because I know I'm going to be cutting wood within the next few days. I got it ready. I'm prepared. And if something were to happen, like we had some sort of a windstorm or something like that, I know that I can just grab this thing, throw it in the back of the truck. If there's a tree down across our driveway or across the roads close by and people need help, I can go ahead and grab it. We can go ahead and cut that and get it pulled out of the way. As far as my pickup truck goes, I always carry with me a tow strap, jumper cables, and a small assortment of tools. Spare tire, make sure your spare tire's always got air in it and it's not rotten. Just things like that. If you're prepared, then I think life is much more simple. For one thing, you're at rest. You don't have to worry about things. You don't get caught with your pants down, per se. You're always ready. To me, that's living simple. Having things ahead of time, being prepared for things, that's living simple. Same goes for our, I've got gasoline stored. I got some ethanol-free gas that you can find. You go looking around your hometown, you can find ethanol-free gas, which is what I run in all of my small equipment, my lawnmower, the snow. Check this out. I'm gonna pick this up here real quick. If you can see this thing. I just got this snowblower. I don't even know what year it is, but I just picked it up. Do I need it? I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna get that much snow this winter or not. But it's got chains on the tires. It runs fantastic, and I just changed the oil in it, the spark plug, put fresh gas in it, ethanol-free gas, and put a little seafoam in the gas, and it's running like a champ, man. 150 bucks. 150 bucks, and I know I can clear out my parking area so that when my daughter shows up to drop off one of my grandchildren, she's not going to fall down in the ice because I've got the driveway cleared for her and ready to go. So again, just having that stuff prepared. I use ethanol-free gas in my lawnmower, snowblower, a log splitter, my generators. Yeah, I got a couple generators, and I keep up with them. I fire them up every couple of weeks to make sure that everything's running right. Keeps the carburetor clean, and again, I use ethanol-free gas for those things. And I also have cans of stored gas, not a whole lot, but enough I think would get us by for several weeks if we have a major power outage. It's called prepping, but it's not like I'm going crazy with it. If you're prepared for things, you don't get caught with your pants down. You don't have to bother your neighbor and say, hey, I don't have this, or I don't have that, or hey, my this, that, or whatever is not working. I can't plug in my refrigerators and my freezers and keep my food cold, and you know, God forsake, we have a major something where we're out of power for a decent amount of time, to where we don't want to keep our freezers and refrigerators running. I have a setup to pressure can my food. I've got a pressure canner, simple one, Presto, $100, and I got a camp stove. So if something happens where, okay, I've got a couple things of meat or vegetables, and they're gonna go bad if I don't go ahead and get them pressure canned. If I don't get them canned, and man, can them up. I got the mason jars, lids, rings, all that stuff. It's all ready to go, so that in case I have to go ahead and just start preserving everything that I have in my refrigerator and freezer, I can do that. And then that food's good for a couple years. I put together a vegetable beef soup just yesterday for lunch. I put together a vegetable beef soup that I already had beef stew cubes. I had those pressure canned. I had some green beans, mixed vegetables, and some tomatoes. All that stuff just canned up and ready to go. I've had it on the shelf for 2 years. 2 years. And I just popped them open yesterday. They still had a great pressure to them. I'm still alive. It didn't kill me. I didn't get botulism. But I went ahead and put together that whole pot of soup, and that's good for me for like 3 whole decent sized meals. No preservatives. No cancer-causing preservatives. No sugar. None of that stuff that's nasty for you. And I'm good to go. I've got food to eat. And yeah, those have been canned for 2 years. I figured, it's time to start using that up. And then I'll start making new stuff this winter. When it's cold and nasty out, I'm gonna pressure can and make some more food. It'll be good for another couple years. But it's always good to have that kind of stuff. We talk about something. Okay, we'll get into prepping a little bit. Do you have a water supply? What happens if you don't have power and you can't get water? You're living out here like we are. We have a well. We have a great well. It's very deep with a huge reserve. We've got like a 400-gallon reserve or something like that. And I got a brand new well pump. I can go ahead and get water out of there just using my generator. I have it set up safely to hook up to my house, so I can run my well pump, and I can go ahead and pull water out of there. I've got some 55-gallon drums, food grade plastic drums that are ready to go to fill it with water, and I've got water purifiers. I got a couple Life Straws, and we got I forget the name of the manufacturer, but you can pour, I think, like 2.5 gallons of water in this water purifier, and you let it just run through its filters, and it is 99.99999% pure from bacteria and all that stuff. And I'm getting that fresh out of my well, so it's probably good anyway. But we'll run it through that, and good clean water like that going into that water purifier. I think that thing is good for 5,000 or 6,000 gallons of water to drinking water. So we're prepared if something were to happen where we had a major storm. I mean, look at people who have tornadoes and floods and all these different things. Look what happened down in Texas last year. Come on, man. get down there where they were out for weeks without power, and they froze. People froze to death in their homes because they weren't prepared. We've got a wood stove. We also have plenty of firewood. I'm keeping up on it. I got firewood. We're good for the next 2 years, and I'm going to keep on cutting just because I enjoy it. It takes the stress away, but we're prepared. And if something happens, my kids and my grandchildren and my mother, they can come over. We've got a big enough place. They can come hang with us, and we'll keep them warm and we'll keep them fed because we're prepared. And that's called, as far as I'm concerned, simple life. You're keeping it simple by being prepared ahead of time. And that way when something happens, you don't react and freak out. You respond and you move forward and you have control of the situation because you've prepared. That's simple. That's taking stress out of life as far as I'm concerned. So anyway, I just wanted to share that stuff with you. I've got a couple more teeth here to sharpen up. I can tell where I've stopped because that rake point that's in front of the tooth is shiny on that one. So we're gonna get a couple more teeth here and get this finished up. And then I'm gonna go ahead and gas this chainsaw up, oil it up. Yeah, by the way, I have 2 of these chainsaws. I've got 3 more chains ready to go. I've got a bunch of containers of 2-cycle oil. Gas, like I said, that's ethanol free, and it's got Sta-Bil in it. So that gas is good in those metal cans for about 2 years. I've got all that stuff set up and ready to go just in case. You never know when you're gonna have a blizzard. You never know when you're gonna have a big windstorm or tornado. You just don't. But I know one thing. I'm ready. And that makes me be able to rest. I live my life in peace and rest. And here we are, like a brand new chain right here. This thing throws big chunks of wood out, not that little fine sawdust, and it rocks right through it. So anyway, we're finished up. Again, go ahead and like this channel. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, all that fun stuff. As I say, smash that like button. And tell your friends, leave a comment. If you have any questions, please comment below. And God bless y'all. We'll see you on the next one.